So in this video, we're going to study how the D string notes look on the staff. Before we jump in with a 5-line staff, we're going to start with a 2-line staff, just so we can get a little more used to how that pattern looks, going from line to space with a stepwise motion. The most important thing to realize is that in the musical alphabet, we only have 7 letters. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and then it will start back over on A and continue in that same pattern. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and just repeat over and over. For the D string right now, this won't be a huge issue where we'll run in with another note, note that has the same exact letters. But as we go on to the A string, you're going to see a D that's lower down, and then a D that's also higher up. And these are this is called an octave, and these notes are eight notes apart. But we'll talk about that a little bit more as we get on to the A string. So, if you would like, if you would like, this would be a great time to pause the video and get out a piece of paper so you can follow along with me. The first thing we're going to start with is just writing 2 horizontal lines on our paper, just like this. And then we are going to put one note right on the lowest line right here. This is going to be our first note, and since we are on the D string, this is going to be our open D. And how I would write that is I'd put a 0 and then the letter D below the note. We'd go open D, and that open D is found on a line. Then we're going to go up to the next space and we're going to write in another note. And if we're following the musical alphabet, we're just ascending, so we're going up. So we're going to go to the next letter in the alphabet. So we have A, B, C, D, E is the next letter we'd have. And to play an E on the D string, we'd put our first finger down on that first tape. So our first finger is our pointer finger, and it'll be the first tape is our tape closest to the scroll. Okay, so our first tape. And this is going to be the letter E. So now we've gone from line to space, and we've put one finger down because the note has now moved to the note E on the D string. Our next note that we're going to have is going to go on to the next line, and we're still following that musical alphabet, and this is going to be the note F sharp, because since we're in D, since we're starting on D, I'm going to say we're in D major, which D major has 2 sharps in it, F sharp and C sharp. And for cellos, to play an F sharp, we'll need to put down both our first finger, our second finger, and our third finger. So pointer, middle, and ring finger will need to be down on our tapes. Okay, spreading them out, all 3 fingers. So this is what it will look like on our 2-line staff. Open D, up to the next space, first finger E, up to the next line, 3 fingers for F sharp. And then our final note that we have on D string in first position will be the note G. So we're still moving up the scale, up the musical alphabet. And in order to play the note G on the D string, we will need 4 fingers down, and it's moved up to that next space right there for the note G. So you'll have, for 4 fingers, you'll have first, second, third, and 4th finger down, all on the D string for the note G. Okay, so now that we have it with just a 2-line staff, I'm going to fill in the rest of the staff with the rest of our lines, and let's take a closer look on how that will look with all 5 lines on the staff. Okay, so now we have our additional lines written in on the staff, and we also have our bass clef symbol, which is also known as F clef, because where the 2 dots are, right there, that line will always be the note F. Right now we have an F sharp because we're in D major, but we could have an F natural as well. So this will always be the F on the D string in first position. So in class, you might hear me ask you a question like, where can we find open D on the staff? And to answer that question, you would reply, open D is the 3rd line from the bottom. It can be found on the 3rd line from the bottom. So this would be our first line, 1, 2, 3, and this is our 3rd line right here. All right, so just taking one last look. These are all the notes on our D string, and it's just following our musical alphabet and going in a stepwise motion. So starting on open D, We moved up in the scale. Now it's changing to the note E with one finger, moving up to the next line, changing to the note F sharp with first, second, and third down, and then moving up to our next space. Now going to the note G with all 4 fingers down. Alrighty, thank you.